We're back for League 3 of the day. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel and see what we get. Black-White Ephemerate. Alright, so this is Black-White Ephemerate. So obviously this is a value deck that is based around blinking a bunch of things. So to go through the cards, we've got our stereotypical Black-White mana base, which includes the dual gain lands, 1 Kabira Crossroads, which gains 2 life when it ETBs, 1 bounce land, and 2 Bojuka Bogs and 2 Ash Barrens. We've got, of course, our Ephemerates. Then we've got Thraben Inspector, which is our tiny guy that can be bounced and replayed or flickered to make clues. We've got Hopeless Nightmare, a new addition from Wilds of Eldraine, a black enchantment, ETB, each opponent discards a card and loses 2 life. And when this thing dies, you scry 2, and you can pay 3 mana to sack it. And then we've got Not Dead After All, bring in the scam to Pioneer, or to Pauper. And 1 Omen of the Dead, which is an enchantment raised dead. Then on 2, we've got Dawnbringer Cleric, 2 mana with 1/3. ETB, you either gain 2 life, destroy an enchantment, or exile a card from a graveyard. Of course, Core Skyfisher, which ETBs and must bounce another permanent you control. So preferably you don't want to have to bounce one of your lands, so you can bounce Thraben or Hopeless Nightmare or like any of these other small things, or any bigger things as well. Return Triumphant, 2 mana sorcery. Return a creature with mana value 3 or less from grave to battlefield and create a young hero role token attached to it. The young hero role is whenever this creature attacks, if its toughness is 3 or less, put a +1 counter on it. If you put another roll, and then you can't have multiple rolls on it. So whenever it attacks, if it has toughness 3 or less, put a +1 counter on it, which thankfully things like Core Skyfisher do in fact have toughness 3 or less. Spirited Companion, 2 mana 1/1 ETB, draw a card. Then we've got Candy Grapple, 2 mana instant bargain. Target creature gets -3 or -5 if you bargained it. Cast Down and Chainer's Edict as the usual black suspect removal spells. Inspiring Overseer, 3 mana 2/1 flyer, ETB, gain 1 life, draw a card. 1 Unmake, exile creature for 3 mana. And then we've got Goliath Paladins on 5 to get us the initiative, and 1 Vampire Sovereign to Siege Rhino our opponent out of the game. And then in the sideboard, we've got Honorable Scout, a 1 mana 1/1. When it ETBs, you gain 2 life for each black and or red creature target opponent controls. So presumably this is against the red aggro decks. More Dawnbringer Clerics for when they're relevant. Revoke Existence and Dust to Dust for the artifacts and enchantments. Arms of Hadar. Creatures target player controls get -2/-2 for 4 mana. We've got another Vampire Sovereign, and we've got 2 Relic of Progenitus for graveyards. Not really sure why it's this one and not Nile Spellbomb, but very well. So let's jump into the third league of the day with Black-White Ephemerate. Only 4 blink cards seems a bit low. What else would you blink with besides Ephemerate, though? Ephemerate's the best one. And you've got Skyfisher to bounce and replay stuff. All right, we're on the play for round 1. Well, this hand is awful, right? Yeah, so mold this. All right, this hand is acceptable. Keep this and put back Ash Barrens, I think. I need double black for just what? Vampire Sovereign, and that's it? All right, let's put back Ash Barrens. All right, Scoured Barrens, trigger, and then over to them. I mean, there's the Flicker from Theros that allows you to blink enchantments, but since it's 2 mana, I don't think it's even close to what you want. Yeah, there's also, what, Cloud... I mean, there's tons of, like, 1 mana blink things, but Ephemerate's just so much better than all the rest of them. Forest, Abundant Growth. All right, well, I guess I'm playing Skyfisher. So play Skyfisher and bounce the plains. So bounce the plains, back to them. Man, our hand's really bad, isn't it? Silhana Ledgewalker. Oh, man, our hand is super bad. Our removal doesn't even work. Whew. I can block maybe. All right, I guess I'm blocking, potentially. So let's just pass to them. Commune with Spirits, getting Rancor. All right, I can block a Rancor. Slippery Boggle. Ethereal Armor. Well, can't block that. Yeah, our hand's really bad, isn't it? Man, we're just drawing nothing. Well, play a land and go. I guess I'm not going to block them anyway, right? So I may as well attack. Well, I guess I would block Boggle. All right, Rancor on here. And then what? Mask? Oh, yeah, we're so dead. All right, well, we're at 5. I don't think we can draw anything, right? Yeah, all right. Okay, so Boggles. All the removals sucks, except for Chainer's Edict. So let's cut all the cast downs and unmake. Arms of Hadar, I could be useful, as is Revoke Existence. Dawnbringer Cleric kills enchantments, right? Yeah, so Dawnbringer Cleric's good. So it's these 6 are good. And then what else is not good here? Oh, Candy Grapple's a removal spell, cut that. Probably Not Dead After All. I can't see a scenario where I'm like trading with their guy and getting it back. Same thing with Omen of the Dead. How do you deal with Bogles? You have Edicts and Pseudo Sweepers, or you just kill the enchantments that are on them. Let's see. There's Not Dead or Omen of the Dead. I need to cut one more card. These look like the best candidates to cut. Let's cut a Not Dead after all. And then I don't need any of the rest of this, right? Like, none, I guess Vampire Sovereign, but that's like late. That means I stabilized by the time I get here. So, oh wait, I have one more card to add? Oh, I thought did I cut something by accident? All right, so that's 60. Okay, I guess what? Relic can snag Rancor out of the graveyard? That seems so terrible. Or it can just cycle itself for 2 mana. That might actually be better than some of the other cards in our deck. Yeah, this is fine. Let's just run this. All right, on the play. Once again, we only have 1 land, so mull this. All right, that's fine. So keep, put back, Not Dead. All right, Scour Barrens, trigger, pass. At least we have actual things to do this game. Plays Utopia Sprawl, naming green. All right, land, play Spirited Companion, triggering, draw a card, go. And it's Orzhov Basilica. All right, opponent has 3 mana. Utopia Sprawl on it again, name white. Plays Abundant Growth on this one. Wait, what? And then Slippery Boggle. Well, we're 1 away from actually being able to kill this thing. All right, let's attack. So swing, because I'm just going to Ephemerate this now. So Ephemerate this now, draw another card. Basilica, trigger, pick up Plains, and go to them. All right, Ancestral Mask. Arms of Hadar doesn't work anymore. Cool. Slippery Boggle. All right, swing, block, before damage, Not Dead after all on our guy. Trigger, comes back, draw a card. Oh my gosh, Edict? Oh man. Okay, Rebound. I would like to draw a card rather than just have this be a 1/1 or a 2/2. So blink this, trigger, they lose a life, and we draw a card. Oh, thank God, Dawnbringer Cleric. All right, so land, tap this, Dawnbringer Cleric. Mode is destroy an enchantment, blow up Ancestral Mask, and then I would really like to kill both of them with this Arms of Hadar. So I think I just pass, right? I can revoke existence. Man, but the problem is if they just drop like another huge bomb artifact or enchantment, I have to kill that with this revoke existence. So let's just pass without doing anything. 3 mana, all that glitters. Really big. All right, fizzles out, attacks us. No, doesn't attack us. All right, Hopeless Nightmare. I'm 1 mana short of being able to get rid of this and then kill both their guys. So let's black Hopeless Nightmare, trigger. They have to discard. They discard another Boggle. All right, revoke existence on all that glitters. And then, yeah, I'll attack with this. Swing with Spirited Companion. All right, just play Bog them. All right, they've got nothing. So we can Arms of Hadar them now and kill both their Slippery Boggles. All right, swing, swing. They take 2. Let's play another land and then back to them. And now we got an Edict, so I think we're good. Plays Gladecover Scout. All right. Chainer's Edict. All right, they've conceded to that. So, yeah, just run back the same thing. That's fine. Okay, Dawnbringer Cleric is the main thing making this hand keepable. So, man, our lands are awful, though. We're going to play off curve so badly. I guess we can technically play a tap land first and then Dawnbringer, so I'll keep this. Forest into Utopia Sprawl. Core Skyfisher. Okay, I'm going to play Bojuka Bog first to guarantee that I have turn 2. All right, plays Abundant Growth and then play Silhana. Ooh, another Dawnbringer. All right, let's blow up the Utopia Sprawl. So tap, tap, destroy, enchantment, blow up Utopia. Plays a 3rd land, plays another Utopia Sprawl, names white, Rancor, and all that glitters. Okay, well, we can deal with that. So we're at 13, so let's go Dawnbringer, blow up the glitters, and then Basilica, bounce the plains back to our hand, and then pass. And then they're out of cards, so they're just in top deck mode now. I guess we actually can't block this, right? So I should have just attacked anyway. I can block it with Core Skyfisher next turn. All right, we're at 10. Play our land. So let's attack here. Swing, swing. So blowing up Rancor does nothing here. So I may as well go Spirited Companion into Core Skyfisher, right? So tap this, play Spirited Companion, trigger to draw a card, and then Core Skyfisher, trigger this one, pick up the Spirited Companion, and then back to them. And now this can trade with Ledgewalker unless they, of course, draw a huge bomb aura. All right, so no bomb aura from them. All right, first things first. All right, Hopeless Nightmare. Get this card out of their hand, whatever it is. It's another Boggle. Cast Overseer. Draw a card with this. All right, combat. Swing here because these can't block anyway. And then back to them. Well, there's all that glitters. 8/6. So if I block with Skyfisher, I can go Return Triumphant, get it back, and then it'll bounce a Dawnbringer, and then I Dawnbringer the Glitters. So I should block here. Yeah, all right, so block there. Although I also have another Core Skyfisher in my hand anyway. I do feel like I should block some of this damage. Yeah, maybe not. So I go to 3, right? I think that's acceptable. Yeah, okay. So take 8, go to 3. So, whoops, let's back up. All right, these can't block anyway, so attack with the Dawnbringer Clerics. So swing with these first. Opponent goes to 12. All right, and then we play Skyfisher. It triggers, we pick up a Dawnbringer, we replay a Dawnbringer, then we blow up all that glitters, and then we're back to trying to block them. This means if they play another all that Young Wolf. Oh, this is an anti-edict protection, gotcha. So if I arms Hadar them, both of these die. The Young Wolf comes back as a 2/2. They get Rancor back into their hand. It's probably still correct to do that, right? So Scoured Barrens, gain a life. So I do that, and then the ground creatures can block Young Wolf. All right, so Arms of Hadar you. These die, these triggers go off, and then let's see, what's the math if they draw all that glitters or Ancestral Mask, right? Ancestral Mask is more powerful, right? So it's the mask doesn't count itself, so it counts the Rancor and these 3. So it's plus 8, so it'd be 10, so it'd be a 12 power creature, which means I can block 9, 6, 3. So I can afford to attack with at least this. All right, Rancor, and they have nothing else. Okay, back to us. Ooh, Ephemerate, we've got it locked up. So combat, swing with everything in the air, and then they're going to be dead in one more attack. So then I just need to Ephemerate a guy, potentially, to get rid of Rancor. So let's play Spirited Companion, draw a card, Hopeless Nightmare. All right, play Hopeless Nightmare, trigger, and then we can just hold open Ephemerate. So I should play Thraben Inspector as more blocking, if that matters. And then back to them. All right, we got it. On to round number 2. All right, round 2, we're on the draw. This looks okay. Our opponent has mulled to 4. Okay, well, if they're not doing anything, I assume they're just getting information about what we're playing. So let's just play Scoured Barrens, and back to them. All right, land, Spirited Companion. All right, so yeah, they just wanted to know what we're playing. They had to mulligan into Oblivion, and then we don't know what they're playing. The fact that they would mulligan that much means they either just got really unlucky a bunch of times in a row, or they're a deck that can afford to mulligan a whole bunch, which means... So usually a deck that can afford to mulligan a whole bunch is a deck that is a combo deck. So let's hedge and play a couple of combo counters like Relic. And it's not the worst if Relic is dead in the matchup because then it just cycles itself. So let's cut Unmake and Candy Grapple and bring in 2 Relics. And that way, if it's Cycle Storm or Oops All Spells, we can potentially beat them with Relic. All right, let's try that. This hand looks really bad, but I'll keep it, I guess. Man, turn 2 Skyfisher when you have nothing to bounce it with other than a land is so bad. Yeah, you know what? Never mind. I'm going to mull that. Oh, this hand's even worse. All right, well, I guess it's not worse. It's just slower. Keep and throw back one of the Skyfishers. Goldmire Bridge. All right, well, let's play Bojuka Bog and then cycle the Ash Barrens for a Plains. Whew. Springleaf Drum. Oh, so they're Grixis Affinity? Huh. All right, basic land cycle this. Grab a Plains, play the Plains, go. Well, the Relics will in fact probably be useless in this matchup. All right, Spirited Companion, trigger. Well, at least it was a land. And over to them. Opponent sacks Ichor Wellspring to Deadly Dispute, Ornithopter, Thoughtcast, Frogmite, sack a treasure, play another Springleaf Drum, and tap for Thraben Inspector. Okay, we drew a land. So is the most efficient thing to just play Skyfisher, Bounce Companion, replay Companion? Or is it just Overseer, Ephemerate? All right, let's play Overseer. Trigger. Let's do this now while they're tapped out. So Ephemerate here, gain some more life, and then back to them. Ichor Wellspring, plays another tap land, attacks with Frogmite. All right, no blocks from me. And they still have 2 mod and speed open because of Drum. All right, so rebound on the Ephemerate. Let's see if this resolves. Probably it won't. Target this Overseer. Opponent responds with Blast. Let's Ephemerate it in response. They have to have a second Blast, which is fine. All right, another Blast. Very well. So then all the Blasts go away, all the Ephemerates go away. We drew another Ephemerate. Wow, all right. First things first, attack with the Companion. Second things second, let's play Hopeless Nightmare. Get a card out of their hand while we still can. Discarding Thraben. Let's play Kabira Crossroads, trigger that. Then let's play Core Skyfisher. And then I'm actually going to pick up Hopeless Nightmare for next turn. And back to them. Now, they do have enough mana that they could hypothetically get everything out of their hand. They're blasting the Skyfisher, sure. But they have a lot of cards that draw more cards, so I feel like this is probably going to be relevant. All right, wow. All that glitters on here, 10, 12. Do they have another all that glitters? No. Deadly Dispute, sack the Wellspring. Okay, plays a land, plays Myr Enforcer. Ornithopter's a 12, 14. So we do have a removal spell for that next turn, though. Plays Ichor Wellspring. Okay. Tax, we go to 11. Then back to us. So let's see. Hopeless Nightmare. Trigger. They discard Great Furnace. Let's 100% kill this thing. So kill your Ornithopter, and then what? Probably correct to draw cards at this point, right? Can't block the Myr Enforcer, so I guess I can block the Myr Enforcer if I use Ephemerate. So let's play Thraben, make a clue, and then back to them, and we will go chump here, Ephemerate the Spirited Companion. Opponent Thought casts, Ichor Wellspring, Chromatic Star, swing all. No, just swing these two. All right, so block here, and then before damage, try to Ephemerate Spirited Companion. All right, trigger to draw. We drew a land. Then we take 2 from the Frogmite down to 9. They have another Frogmite. Okay, so they're ahead on board, but we're ahead on cards. So rebound this on the Spirited Companion to draw another card. And then we drew another Ephemerate. Wow. I also have Inspiring Overseer in my graveyard. All right, return Triumphant on Overseer. So that comes back. We draw another card, gain another life. Another Spirited Companion. All right, let's just go Skyfisher, bounce Companion, replay Companion to draw. So bounce this, replay it. They're cracking a clue, that's fine. All right, I'm just not going to attack here. There's potential that I want to like block with Raven, maybe. They Thought cast, crack Chromatic Star for red. Another Myr Enforcer. We do need to eventually find like our Goliath Paladin, like our big payoff creatures. Combat. Attacking with Myr Enforcer and Frogmites and Thraben Inspector. And then before damage, they're going to blast something. Blast that, sure. I need to stem the bleeding, so let's just block a Frogmite here and double block this Frogmite. All right, so we're left with Spirited Companion, and we take 5, go to 5. All right, so another Spirited Companion. Let's draw a card. Hopeless Nightmare. All right, Hopeless Nightmare. Trigger, they discard a land. Let's play our own land. Let's play Overseer. Trigger, draw another card. Well, this is not going so great, so back to them. We're just like not finding any removal for this or any like bomb creatures that can block them. Swing with everything. All right, so block here and then double block Thraben, and then I'm going to blink the Overseer before damage. All right, Ephemerate this one. So we gain another life, draw a card, then we take 4 and go to 3, and the Spirited Companions trade with Thraben Inspector. Plays a land. All right, Ephemerate rebound. Rebound on Overseer. Draw a card, gain a life. Play Spirited Companion. Draw a card. It's cast down. All right, that's good. What does this do right now? It just gains me some life. There's no enchantments to destroy. It's also just a blocker. So I have exactly enough to pop this clue and use cast down and use Dawnbringer Cleric. So let's pop the clue. See if we draw anything relevant. Omen of the Dead, which I can use to get back Skyfisher. All right, so I probably just want to go cast down one of them and then Omen back Overseer or Skyfisher, one of those. So let's play Scoured Barrens, gain a life. I guess I'm what? Triple blocking one of them, shooting the other one. All right, over to them. All right, so block on one of them, then cast down this one, and then we trade with the last Myr Enforcer. All right, so they're not doing anything, so let's cast Omen of the Dead, and let's pick up Core Skyfisher. Then back to us. Ooh, Relic. Okay, so play Skyfisher, pick up Omen, play Omen, pick up another Skyfisher, play Skyfisher, pick up Omen, play Omen, trigger, get back, Inspiring Overseer, and then cast Inspiring Overseer. And we have just rebuilt our entire board, so pass back to them. Plays Ornithopter, and they still have one card left in their hand. All right, Chainer's Edict you. Okay, so let's go to combat. Swing with all these guys. They're at 7, so let's just play Dawnbringer, gain some life, then play Relic, target them, I guess. It's whatever. We just have lethal on the board if they don't do anything. Thoughtcast. Plays a land. All right, we got it. On to round 3. All right, we're on the draw for round 3. This is okay. The more I play with Ash Barrens and the bounce lands, the more and more I wish they were just basic lands. And just accept that sometimes you get color screwed in order to have better curves. All right, looks like Affinity again. All right, yeah, so I guess we're just cycling Ash Barrens, so over to them. Silver Bluff Bridge again. All right, cycle the Ash Barrens, grab a swamp. Is it even worth it to play Core Skyfisher here? I don't think so. Let's just pass back to them. It's just so bad when you have to bounce a land. Also, these games seem like they go long. Psycholorian revealed. Grabs Volatile Fjord. Cleansing Wildfire on your land. Alright, yeah, which is indestructible, so it just ramps you and you get to draw a card. Land, plays Preordain. I guess it's not Affinity then. It's what? Control, Fairies? I'm not sure. They topped both of them. Alright, well, is it better to get 2 creatures or just Overseer out? Probably just Overseer. It draws me a card, gives me more of a chance to hit more lands. Alright, trigger the Overseer, draw a thing, back to them. Opponent plays Wildfire again. Gets a Plains this time. There's the Fjord. Plays Cleansing Wildfire again. Alright, well, they have a lot of mana. Man, I wish I'd drawn a land there. Okay, well, since I didn't, let's just play Hopeless Nightmare. If I can't draw cards, let's set up in a position where they lose cards. So they discard a land. Alright, so then let's play Skyfisher. Trigger this, and let's bounce Nightmare back to our hand, and then attack them with the Overseer. Augur Bolus gets Ephemerate. Alright. Plays Preordain. They bottomed both. Murmuring Mystic. Ooh, that's really rough. Alright, we have to probably kill that immediately, although they have Ephemerate to blink it, which is a huge problem. So if I attack with this, they can cast Ephemerate and make a flying blocker. That's fine, though. Let's just go to combat and try to bait them into using it. So swing, no baiting. Alright. It's so rough we only have 1 black mana here, isn't it? Alright, let's play Thraben. Trigger this, and then over to them. Will they use it now? No. I presume they're just never going to tap out as long as they don't have to. And then they can just keep making token chump blockers. Evoking Muldrifter. Alright, so now they'll do it, and we have to respond to that. So draw with the Muldrifter. Will they do it? No, they won't. They'll just let it die. Alright. So awkward that I can't actually use Cast down here. Alright, pop the clue on end step. Casting Ephemerate on Augur. Triggering this thing. Augur triggers. What do they get? Negate. Well, that's really, really awkward. Alright, we draw a card. It's Chainer's Edict. Probably the worst card we could have drawn on this board. Okay, so can't kill anything because they just negate it. Can't really attack them that well either. Let's attack with Skyfisher. No blocks from them. They go to 10. Alright, let's see. The only white card in the hand is the card we can't even play. So play Hopeless Nightmare and see if they try to counter this. Alright, they are countering it. And now, unfortunately, we don't have a way to stop Ephemerate. So Basilica, trigger. I think I'm actually better picking up a Plains than anything else. Alright, pick up a Plains, and then just back over to them. Maybe I should have just attacked with this thing, because then they probably would have blocked it, and then I could have returned it. Alright, Ephemerate on Bolos. Getting Preordain. Preordain, making another thing. Plays a land. Swinging with these things. Yeah, alright, take the damage. 19. I assume if I attack, they'll block, so that's fine. Alright, there's another swamp finally. So, Hopeless Nightmare. This one does resolve. What are they going to discard? Muldrifter. They discarded Muldrifter. Wow. Their hand must be stacked. Alright, combat. Swing with these. Block there, block there. So, let's not dead after all our Inspiring Overseer. Opponent casts Skred. I don't think I'm going to get a better shot to kill this thing. So, yeah, that resolves. Then that fizzles out. Then this thing dies. I just have to get this off the board. If they have an Ephemerate, we're just going to lose the game. Alright, return Triumphant on this dude. Are they going to negate this? Counterspell. Sure. Alright, they have 2 cards in their hand. If it's Ephemerate, it's Ephemerate. So, pass to them, upkeep, stop them. Alright, cast down on Mystic. They do have Ephemerate, damn it. Alright, I don't think there's any way we can win now. Because this Chainer's Edict is just a dead card. Alright, they attack with a whole bunch of flying creatures. We go to 14. Alright, well, tap this, play Overseer, trigger. We drew nothing. So, alright, Omen of the Dead, get back, Overseer, play Overseer, trigger, draw. We drew Return Triumphant. Alright, well, I can't afford to attack them anymore, so back over to them. So then Ephemerate rebounds, and they'll just put it on Augur, make another bird. They got Skred, Preordain, make another bird. They went 1 top, 1 bottom. Late to dinner, reanimating Muldrifter. Plays Cleansing Wildfire yet again to ramp some more and draw some more cards and make some more birds. Skred targeting Skyfisher, and now our blocks are all terrible. Alright, swing out. I'm going to block 1 of them. So we're at 11. They have a million birds and 3 cards. Cast down. Alright, kill the Murmuring Mystic. All right, we successfully killed the Murmuring Mystic finally. Return Triumphant on... How many birds do they have in play? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plus Mole Drifter. We just need to draw out of this like right now, right? I don't know what I could even draw though. I think we're just dead. Skyfisher. So, all right, trigger, bounce the Overseer back to my hand. Then I'm going to play a Swamp first in case we draw Ephemerate. So I have white open. So replay Overseer. If you have a counter spell, why didn't you counter my removal targeting your Murmuring Mystic? All right, whatever. Back to them. Is this just lethal on the board? We block here, and we take... No, we go to 1. So it's not lethal. Union of the Third Path. Draw a card, then gain life equal to the number of cards in your hand. Lorien Reveal, draw a bunch more. All right, attacking with the birds. Only 9 of them, though, for some reason. All right, block a bird. Is it because they have Bolt? Well, if they had Bolt, they should just attack with everything, right? All right, we drew a removal spell, so we're dead. Yeah, so concede this game. So let's see. I want Arms of Hadar in case that happens again. Definitely want to exile their artifact lands since their primary strategy is cleansing, wildfiring their lands. Let's see. This is only black and red, right? Vampire Sovereign's just a good thing to have later on. Relic doesn't really matter. I definitely don't want Chainer's Edict against them. Candy Grapple is capable of killing the Murmuring Mystic. This list runs Arms of Hadar over Drown in Sorrow, apparently. I mean, I guess it makes sense, right? Like, you do have creatures that die to Drown in Sorrow. All right, what else am I cutting? I'm bringing all this in. I'm bringing this in. I need to be able to kill Murmuring Mystic. They're just the better of the two decks, right? So Dawnbringer Cleric doesn't really do anything, so cut that. They're the grindier deck out of us two, I think, and they have counter spells, which are better in the late game. They're actually just better in the early game, too. Core Skyfisher feels really slow in this. Let's cut some of that. Scam spells are very situational. Let's get rid of those. And then I don't also really like Thraben Inspector. Let's cut that. All right, let's try this. Double Swamp and only 1 spell to cast with it. Yeah, Moldus. Whew, this hand's so unbelievably slow, but we'll keep it. And throw away Return Triumphant. All right, Bajuka Bog, and back to them. Snow Island. All right, cycle this for a Plains, then play the Plains, and then over to them. They're also cycling Ash Barrens. Snow Mountain. Plays Augur Bolus. Grabs Lorien Revealed. Okay. So, cycle Ash Barrens. Grab another Plains. Well, Spirited Companion. Trigger, draw Skyfisher. All right, back to them. Plays another Augur. Gets Ephemerate. All right, that's rough. Island. At least they don't have the white source yet, but they can cycle for it. Preordain. Top both. Attack here. Yeah, no blocks. Go to 19. Back to us. Man, really needed to draw land. Okay, well, using Cast Down on 1 of 2 Augurs seems so bad. So, also just casting Core Skyfisher and picking this up seems really bad as well. All right, let's attack them with Spirited Companion. If they block, then we get to Skyfisher, pick a land up, and then play Return Triumphant and bring it back. All right, good. So they block, then we go Core Skyfisher, trigger, pick up this Plains, then replay the Plains, then Return Triumphant on the Spirited Companion, which gets us another draw, and it's an Ephemerate, which is fine. All right, Cycle Lorien Revealed, grabs the tapped white and blue land, so they get to start Ephemerating next turn. I'm going to play Modern at my LGS in a minute. Should I play Neoform, Affinity, or Golgari Infect? Well, you've already lost by playing Modern, but if you're insistent, Infect. Okay, let's see. So Skyfisher's dead from Bolt. So there's no way I can prevent them from starting to Ephemerate their stuff. So the best play is to what? Omen of the Dead back Skyfisher, play Skyfisher, bounce the Plains, play the Plains, have Ephemerate open, or just pick up Omen. Now let's just be the most mana efficient possible. So Omen, get back Skyfisher, play Skyfisher, trigger, pick up a land, play the land, combat, I guess, swing with this companion, trigger the roll. They can just double block it and then I'll Ephemerate. Whatever, it's fine. The roll's going to go away anyways, so what else am I going to do? I just need to find more lands. All right, Ephemerate our companion, trigger, draw a card. All right, it was a land, so get out of combat, play Scoured Barrens. Oh, right, I played the land from replaying Skyfisher this turn. All right, well, at least it's a land. Cycle Lorien Revealed at end of turn, grabbing an island. Plays Bridge. Plays Cleansing Wildfire on Bridge. Yeah, grabs another land. I think it's so dumb that you can do this. Like, why is this card not templated to say, if the land was put in the graveyard this way, etc.? It makes no sense from a flavor standpoint. And using it on your own lands can only be done in in a degenerate strategy, basically. There's no like fair, fun way to do that. All right, 1 second. All right, so rebound on Ephemerate. So cast this, targeting Spirited Companion. Let's see if they try to kill it in response. They didn't. Cool. All right, so Hopeless Nightmare is decent on this board. I can also revoke their land, but at this point, it's not even that good. I think it's better to try to like get cards out of their hand or just play Inspiring Overseer. They're also representing Counterspell. Yuck. Well, I mean, if they have a Counterspell, like, what am I going to do? Play Overseer. If they have Counterspell, they're going to counter our stuff at some point. All right, that resolved. So draw and gain a life. Play this land. Gain a life. Go to combat. Attack with Core Skyfisher. All right, 18. First blood of the game. Ephemerate on their Bolas. Gets another Cleansing Wildfire. Okay, apparently I should have revoked that. So Ephemerate rebounds. They get another spell. Union of the Third Path. So the problem in this matchup, I think, is because they use the Cleansing Wildfires to ramp themselves while staying card neutral on it, they wind up having more mana than I do in the black-white deck. And then they're able to leverage their mana more every turn and get ahead where we're not. And then later in the game, they can just start holding up counter spells to counter our stuff. Third Augur of Bolas. They find Counterspell. Yep. Okay, well, there's a land at least. Go to combat. Thankfully, we're the only one with flyers at this moment. Swing goes to 14. Let's play Hopeless Nightmare. All right, it resolves, triggers, discards a land. Well, the only other thing I have to do is what? Ephemerate? I guess I'm going to try to revoke their land. So revoke your land. Tap it in response. They allow it to go away. All right, just attempt to pass, and then they'll just cast Union, presumably. Scred our dude. And if I try to respond, they'll just counterspell. Yeah, you can Scred my Core Skyfisher. That's fine. Casts Preordain. I'm surprised they would bother casting Scred there instead of just Union. Like what? They just don't want to give me a window to Ephemerate? They topped both. All right, I like seeing shields down on the white source. Dawnbringer Cleric. Okay. Fortunately, these cost 3 mana to sacrifice. They blow up our Omen of the Dead. Sure, that's fine. Attack with the Augurs. Yeah, that's fine as well. So we go to 18. All right, well, I'm going to try to kill this thing end of turn because that lets a companion attack them. All right, it is successfully killed. Arms of Hadar doesn't do anything here, so let's go to combat and then swing with these guys. I suppose I cast down one of them while they don't have Ephemerate up. All right, kill one of them, or try to. It is successfully killed. Back to them. Casts Mold Drifter. Okay. Then they attack with one of the boluses. Sure, we go to 17. All right, end of turn, I'm going to scry with this. Companion and cast down on top, which is actually good. So top this, top this. All right, play Spirited Companion. Trigger. Draw cast down. All right, let's see if they counterspell to save their Mold Drifter, which I assume they will. Although, man, if they just have Ephemerate, it's so bad if I cast it down. All right, let's just not even bother doing that. Let's just attack with Inspiring Overseer. Blocks with Mold Drifter. All right, damage. All right, back over to them. Tapped Artifact Land. Plays Archaeomancer. Oh, that's so bad. Archaeomancer, trigger. Targeting the Ephemerate. Well, I guess there's not going to be another time to do this but now, so attempt to kill it. They allowed it to die. I am surprised that they didn't counterspell that. No attacks from them, back to us. Man, we're just not drawing anything, eh? Well, pass back to them. The problem is I can never Ephemerate because 1, they can just counterspell it. 2, if they just have a 1 mana burn spell or something, they just respond with the burn spell. All right, Union. So while they're tapped out, I have to do it now. Blink a guy, draw a card. It's just a land. Okay, and then they're so far ahead on cards. Plays Cleansing Wildfire on the thing. Yep. I probably should just concede this. Like, I can't see a way back. Ephemerate Rebound. Target a dude. Scred our guy in response. Yep. Drawing. Inspiring Overseer. Well, that's a thing. So, play Inspiring Overseer. Are we finally getting countered? Yeah, all right. So, counter. Let's attempt to kill these 2 lands, I guess. They just have another counter spell. Yeah, we're not winning this. Let's just concede. All right. On to round 4. All right. Well, despite the presence of Toothraven Inspectors, this is not keepable. So, mull that. This is more keepable. Let's put back. Hand's so slow. Bojuka Bog's relevant if they cycle. Although if they cycle, they'll just cycle end step and then exhume. Yeah, all right. Put back Bojuka Bog. Mountain. Voldaren Epicure. All right, the aggro deck. Draw an Omen of the Dead. All right, Scoured Barrens. Trigger. Pass to them. Swift Spear into Koldatha Rebirth. This is going to be rough. Well, we're down to 17. Spirited Companion. So the problem is if I play this right now, I don't want to block with it because I want to be able to Ephemerate it next turn, potentially. Although I guess I can omen it and then get it back and just play it again. All right, yeah, let's play Spirited Companion. Spirited Companion, draw a card. It's a Dawnbringer Cleric. All right, that's pretty helpful. So now I'll absolutely block. 3 mana, Name Sticker Goblin. Brilliant. Reckless Impulse. Lotus Petal and Synthesizer. Awesome. So Swift Spear is going to be huge. Synthesizer exiles another Swift Spear. This is one of the most disgusting. Why is this card legal? Why does this card exist? All right, they played literally everything in their hand, and we're going to die now. Okay, so block this thing. Well, we're at 8. I can, what, gain 2 life with this thing and play Omen of the Dead and bring this thing back? Or I can play Omen. How do I live, right? They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage on the board, plus potential redraws into more damage. So Core Skyfisher is the best blocker out of all of these, but I have to bounce a thing. So the 2 life from Dawnbringer Cleric does matter, but the problem is it doesn't block anything well. Like, it blocks a token, but it doesn't block these 2 power potentially, like the Name Sticker Goblin. If I play Skyfisher, I'm dead to them playing literally any spell. All right, Dawnbringer, choose to gain life, and then over to them. Ren's Resolve, well, we're super dead. Super dead. Another Name Sticker and another Ren. All right, so this is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if I block one of the 1/1s, I'm at 1, and then we're just dead next turn. All right, block here. I have to reduce the amount of creatures they have anyway, so. All right, we're at 1. Cast Omen of the Dead, get back the companion, then draw. We need another white source, so I can kill one thing. I can ephemerate this and gain 2 life. So let's say block, dead, gain 2, and then we still lose. Yeah, all right. So let's see. Arms of Hadar. These things are probably good. Vampire Sovereign, although that's pretty slow. Dawnbringer Cleric just to gain life and be a blocker. These are all the potential cards. Let's see. I think Goliath Paladin can go because by the time we get there, we're dead. Vampire Sovereign at least gains us life. It's also horrible getting the initiative when our opponent's a go-wide deck. Hopeless Nightmare is totally irrelevant. They empty their hand super fast. What else? I assume our creatures are for the most part not dying, and even if they are, bringing them back's not great. Unmake is too expensive as a removal spell for what's going on. Yeah, return try, and I guess that's everything, right? We don't have to cut anything else. I'm not bringing these or these in. All right, that's fine. Run it back. What's the deck? I don't know if you mean ours or theirs, but we're playing Black-White Ephemerate, and they're playing Mono-Red aggro. Well, can't keep that. Well, this hand doesn't do really anything. It's got 1 removal spell, so it just like has to draw well. Going to 5 is absolutely horrible, though. All right, keep, throw back a Swamp. All right, Mono-Red and Affinity are the big bads of the format. Swift Spear really sped up the deck. No, the problem's Name Sticker Goblin. Name Sticker Goblin is absolutely the problem. All right, Mountain Epicure, back to us. Well, we're not drawing anything, so back to them. Swift Spear, Lotus Petal. All right, cast down on the Swift Spear, and then we take 1, go to 18. Right, well, we need to draw something, and we're not drawing anything, so bog them and pass the turn. But even before that, Mono Red was still the most popular deck on Moto. Yeah, sure, but like, Name Sticker Goblin's a problem. Synthesizer into Furnace, attack us for 1. We go to 17. Like, look, they didn't have... Oh my god, we're just drawing nothing. All right, pass to them. Without the Name Sticker Goblin, look at what's happening so far. They've played 2 creatures. All right, we take another one. We go to 16. Plays Reckless Impulse into Synthesizer Rebirth. Didn't use either of them. We're just drawing lands. So, all right, back to them. We literally need to draw any creature, and we're good. And we're just drawing nothing. We have triple Ephemerate. All right, 15. Synthesizer into Seal of Fire. Plays Kuldotha Rebirth, and back to us. Well, that's a removal spell. So, back to them. Now, admittedly, the hand that I started with was not very good against aggro. But at the same time, holy crap. I can't believe how badly we're drawing. All right, cast down this thing. And we take 3, go to 12. We drew another cast down, back to them. Ren's Resolve. Exiling Swift Spear, another Ren's Resolve. If they want to pop Lotus Petal to play one of those, that's fine. All right, cast down a token. Can't believe we're doing this, but that's fine. We have to stem the bleeding. Drew Kabira Crossroads. All right, still not drawing anything of relevance. Triple Ephemerate in our hand. Can't draw anything. Ren's Resolve, land Kuldotha Rebirth. So Swift Spear, they swing. We're down to 9. All right, time to draw anything of relevance. Sax Petal to play Epicure. Cast down. Sometimes I wish I had a face cam for moments like these. All right, over to them. And then the only draw we're going to be able to win with after this, because they're going to Cold Off the Rebirth a thing, is Harms of Hadar. Name Sticker Goblin. Oh, okay. How does our opponent still have 7 cards in their hand after all this? Cast Rebirth. Yeah. Okay. Bushwhacker, and we're dead. I will reveal my hand to my opponent. This is what we got. Well, round 5. Now, guys, I don't want to imply that maybe Pauper builders aren't the best deck builders in the world, but I have some issues with these lists. So final round on Black-White Ephemerate. We are on the draw, and we can't keep this because it's only 1 land. Mulligan this. This is 2 lands, and they both enter tapped, but I guess we're keeping it. Let's put back Skyfisher, Mountain, Swift Spear. All right, mono red again, and our hand is dreadful against them. Scoured Barrens go. Plays their own tap land. Epicure. We take 1, we go to 18. All right, Skyfisher, and then I'm bouncing the plains so that we can actually cast things. Another mountain into Implement of Combustion. Bolt on the Skyfisher. Okay. Attack us. We take 4. We go to 14. We can't do anything. I could return Triumphant this, but then we're still in a position where I'm bouncing lands and not actually progressing my board. So rather than do that, let's just not do that and play a Scoured Barrens and back over to them. End of turn. Implement. We go to 14. They draw a card. Name Sticker Goblin. All right, we're dead. 6 mana. Experimental Synthesizer. Exiles a land. Plays the land. Into Reckless Impulse. Synthesizer land. Plays Synthesizer. Trigger. Exiles a land. Bushwhacker. How much are we taking here? Are we actually dead? Or we're close to it? All right, we're at 2. We can't possibly come back from this, so yeah. Concede. And sideboard, Hadar, Vampire Sovereign, Scout, Dawnbringer, Cleric. Same deal as last time. All that in. This is too slow. This is too slow. This doesn't matter. And we're good. Run it back. We are on the play this time, and this hand's actually good. Plains, Thraben, make the clue, and go. Mountain, implement. All right, so play this, attack them, swing, and then Skyfisher, bounce the Thraben, over to them. Cracks, oh no, Cold Off the Rebirth, the implement. Make 3 goblins, play another land. Lightning Bolt our guy, sure. Okay, Dawnbringer, gain some life, and play Thraben, and back to them. Reckless Impulse into a land and Bushwhacker, so we're getting Bushwhacked next turn. Cold Off the Rebirth, again, eating their land. Well, this is bad. This is very bad. All right, Spirited Companion, draw a card, Thraben. Pass the turn. We got a whole bunch of blockers now, and we're going to trade with most of them. Great Furnace. Oh my god, do they have another Cold Off the Rebirth? Jesus Christ. All right, so how much damage is this? A lot, right? So let's see, block here, and then this is 16, 18 damage. I technically don't have to block all of it. I do want to have some amount of creatures left on the board, especially if I'm going to be blinking Spirited Companion. So that's 16 right there. We go to 6. I don't want to be in double bolt range, so let's just block. Yikes. Let's just block, like, this stuff, I guess? Or do I just block as much as possible? I don't know. Not having a way to draw more cards off of Ephemerate is kind of a problem. All right, let's just block like that. So damage, we lose 2 of our guys, they lose 3 of their guys. We're at 8. Okay. So combat, swing here, and then we're going to Ephemerate this dude. Drew Scoured Barrens. All right, play Scoured Barrens, trigger, gain some life, over to them. All right, another kicked Bushwhacker, of course, right? That's what we're doing. Yeah, kicked Bushwhacker, cool. Cool. So another 16 damage. We can block 2 things and kill 1 thing, and then we take 10 and lose, or I can block, Ephemerate before damage, essentially reduces this, and then we still lose. No, we go to 1. All right, so block, and then before damage, Ephemerate on the Cleric, trigger, gain 2 life, then damage, and we're at 1. Oh no, I miscounted. I guess we're dead anyway. All right. 2 and 3 with Black-White Ephemerate. So I was told that this is the de facto Ephemerate deck of the format. Like, I know there's other ones like Jeskai Ephemerate and Ephemerate Tron, but I was led to believe that this is like the Ephemerate deck. And this deck kind of sucks, once again. It's just not doing anything that powerful. It doesn't have like the late game Ephemerate plus Archaeomancer loops. You're not Ephemerating Mold Drifters. Core Skyfisher is terrible. Why is this card played? This card's so bad. Yeah, I don't like the deck at all. I don't think anything this deck is doing is good. And once again, I am vindicated by all of these lands are goddamn terrible. All of these ETB tap lands are so incredibly bad. What's our mana breakdown? So if I cut all this over here, right? And then let's say Kabira Crossroads counts as a plains, Bajuka Bog counts as a swamp. And then so these are all the quote-unquote dual lands right here, right? All of these ones. So if I just evened the fields out, right? Like let's say I just did this. Then we would have 10 of each basic land. That's enough. That's enough for each color. Why do we have all these atrocious enter the battlefield tap lands that ruin our curve, especially when we're playing goddamn core Skyfisher that sometimes has to bounce lands back to our hand? Holy crap. All right, yeah. Pauper players, you guys don't know how to build decks, so I gotta go through this and fix all these mana bases. But anyways, that is Black-White Ephemerate.